Hello guys, welcome back to another YouTube video of Tank Review today, and today we're doing, well, boys and girls, I'm glad you asked, because today we're back on World Tanks Console, that's right, and we're doing it on World Tanks Console, their tank. Well, again, I'm glad you asked, because today, well, we are doing a tank review of the K1, a Ever 3 Premium Independent Nations, well, heavy tank, or aka main battle tank. That's right, this is actually the first, and I will repeat, that could be miscorrected, but as far as my knowledge goes, this is the first South Korean main battle tank. But to be technically honest about this tank, and I'm really happy it's in the game, but it's another variation of the Abrams main battle tank. It's just a licensed variation of the Abrams given to Southern Korea. So, as it's a first South Korean tank, it's not the first truly Abrams tank. That goes to the American M1, M1A1, and the M1A2 Abrams within the Western Alliance tank line. But still, this vehicle is still pretty cool. And I gotta say, I like it. It's a fun vehicle to play, and its armor actually feels pretty freaking good. I know I've come across these things, and I've bounced, literally bounced off the lower plate of these things and the upper plate. So I'm guessing Wargaming decided to make these things pretty strong, and plus it gets something called a English. It gets a unique suspension system where it will give itself more gun depression, which we'll show you guys inside the gameplay as well. So let's get right into today's video about the first South Korean main battle tank, the K1. Can't wait to see what Wargaming is going to do for the K2 Black Panther. Oof, is that going to be inside the tech tree, or is that going to be as a premium Air 3? I guess time's going to tell. But let's get right into it there, guys. So standardly, we get penetration. For its standard ammunition, it's 476. For its premium rounds, it's 577. And HE is about 270. Damage is 500 for both its standard and premium rounds, and 615 with its HE. Hit points is 3,590. Max speed is 65, which gets that, like we said, that suspension where if it goes under a certain speed limit, you'll activate the suspension where it will lower the front of the tank, so you will get more gun depression. View range is 541. Steel concealment is 427. Yeah, I know, English. But let's go ahead and go look at the vehicle. So the equipment I put on this vehicle, now you can put anything you want on this vehicle. My equipment I put in here is just personally on my opinion and stuff. I love putting improved ventilation, crew performance is 5%, and this advanced loader load time is 10%. You know, helps me with the reload of the gun, and then also I put advanced armor. Damage from enemy weapons is 5% less, so I take less damage. Anything else would I put on this vehicle would be probably advanced gun lane drive. Show aim speed is 12% more. I mean, you could also put gun stabilizer, which vehicle movement accuracy is 20%, or turn rotation accuracy is 20% as well. But it all depends on which way you want to take this vehicle, or you can even take this if you really want to. Enhanced missile warning system, incoming missile warning system, view range is 5%, and 2 times targeting enemy detection. So, yeah. But that is it for the equipment. Consumers, I put a repair kit, premium repair kit, premium smoke, and premium hull patch. And like I always say, I always put premium consumables on a bunch of my premium tanks, especially high tier premium tanks. I carry about 40 rounds of APFSDS rounds, and then also about 5 rounds of the premium version of the APFSDS rounds, and about 5 HE rounds. So yeah. I know APFSDS, trying to remember that on the top of my tongue there, guys, is pretty freaking hard. But let's look at the commander. Now, this is my same commander I use on my Swiss Bond 122A vehicle. For now, he's the only guy I'm using on these vehicles, but don't worry, I'm going to give this tank its own dedicated commander. But what do I put on this commander? Well, I put rapid loading, 10% increase to gun reload speed, which really helps with the reload of the gun. Even though it's 105, so it's does get a pretty decent reload. Uh, Steady aim is 10% increase to accuracy, and then also snapshot, which is 12% increase to accuracy during turret rotation, which I want to have that accuracy. And then core sixth sense again. I mean, like I've always said, I should try to change it, but I can't because well, it's gonna cost me gold, and I don't want to spend on my gold. But still, 6 cents would help you. But even if you don't take 6 cents, what would you prefer to change if you don't want to take 6 cents to tank? Well, maybe safe storage, which is 20% increase to ammo rack durability. Definitely this general mechanic, 10% increase to repair speed to all damaged modules, which is very helpful. Um, Maybe rapid aim as well, 10% increase to turn and gun rotation speed, which you know getting that gun on target as fast as you can would be a really big idea, especially at Era 3. Born Leader, 10% increase to skill effectivency and crew performance, which would really help out. But aside from that, I guess anything else could be just a bonus to put on your commander, to be honest. Yeah. But let's look at the armor of the vehicle, and you're probably wondering how the armor is, and because you could bounce off the little plate somehow, I'm not sure how this vehicle's armor is pretty good, but yeah, maybe we'll try to look at the Abrams armor, just the M1 variant, not the M1A1 or the A2 variant. But yeah, let's look at this armor. So we got 6 meter thickness, which is these like little mud flap always across the upper plate, and these little boxes inside the back of it, besides the little bit of areas around the turret as well. It looks like we get about 9 meter thickness, which is the cage around the whole turret. 10 meter thickness, which is the back mud flaps and the front mud flaps. 12 meter thickness, which is the well, somewhat the belly in the lower plate of the back of the tank, and these exhaust vents and stuff, and space armor in the rear. About 9 meter thickness, which is the view range, the driver's port, and I believe it's the optics. I believe it's called. I can be please correct me if I am wrong about anything in this video. And then we have about 25 meter thickness, which is the belly of the tank. We got about 30 meter thickness, which is the tracks, which is extra tracks on this side of the turret, plus the tracks itself acts like space armor, so cash heat rounds, even HE rounds won't really be very effective. Yeah. 21 meter thickness, which is these left and right pieces of right here near the front of the tracks, near the front work wheels, and left and right of the down the bottom near the back of the tank. Press these two, well, press near the engine deck and underneath the turret, and press well, a little spot right here behind the tank as well. 38 meter thickness, which is the upper plate. I'm guessing you could say that's upper plate. Near the turret ring and stuff, near the driver's port, and also rear of the turret. About 50 meter thickness, which is above the gun, and then also the gun itself. 50.8 meter thickness, which it looks like is the driver's port. And 60 meter thickness, which is the inside of the armor plate, right behind the all that space armor, the main armor itself. Yeah, and then we have 69 meter thickness, which is the remaining space armor itself. About 76 meter thickness, which is these two little bits that's holding the what is it holding? It looks like it's holding on some of the tracks, press left and right of the rear of the turret. And then we have about 9 meter thickness, which is the well, I don't know what you want to call that area, but it's left and right of near the gun, near the front of the tank's turret. 101 meter thickness, which is the lower plate, the upper plate, the face, the cheeks, the sides of the front of the turret, and the gun mallet itself. So no wonder why I'm bouncing so much off this thing. It's 101 meter thickness. And plus, sometimes if you look at it, and if you decide to use its full gun depression, which I'll be showing you guys, this thing could be a very dangerous vehicle. 110 meter thickness, which is these both left and right of near the front of the tank. We got about 127, which is right over here near the view range optics spot, even over here on this side. Then we have 130, which is the upper plate. Then we have 152, which it looks like it's the turret ring. 180, which where is it? I do not. Wait, is it? I think I see it right there above where the gun is, right there. So that's pretty hard to see, but I don't think you're gonna be seeing the shooting there. 200 meter thickness, which is behind the gun mantlet. I'm guessing it's the other part of the gun mantlet as well. 240, which is the actual gun mantlet. So do not be shooting this thing in the gun mantlet. 280, which is both left and right of the gun mantlet. 300, which is the upper plate, which is pretty thick and pressed, also pretty much sloped as well. 330, which is around the driver's cupola. 380, both left and right of the, well, near the muff flaps. 400, which is both left and right of near the gun mantlet. About 408, which is again uh, so left and right of near the muff flaps, and 470, which is, well, left and right, but top and bottom of the near the gun mantlet. Then we have 490, which is again left and right of the gun mantlet, and left and right of the main turret itself. And that is it of the armor. Yeah, so let's look at the other few stats that we're not really seeing in the garage. We're actually seeing by physically, but this way. So, top forward speed is 65.20 miles per hour. Top reverse speed is 32.20 miles per hour. Horsepower is 1,200. Power to weight ratio is 23.48. Hit points is 3,590, which we've already said that. Hull rotation speed is 46 seconds. Soft terrain resistance is 1.96. Mean terrain resistance is 1.08. And firm terrain resistance is 0.98. The detectability range by sitting still is 427.09. The detectability range by movement is 458.89. View range is 541.40, and signal range is 225.27. And the real meat and butter is the 105mm gun at KM68A1. Turn rotation speed is 40.86 seconds. Accuracy during rotation is 0.45. Max elevation is 20 degrees, and max depression is 19. I think that would also include the unique ability of the suspension as well, giving that extra gun depression with the vehicle. Hang on, guys. Let's actually look up if that's actually correct with everything about it. Because if you use this unique suspension, you get a special more gun depression, as I believe, with the vehicle. So let's look up Independence Nations heavy tank K1. So it doesn't look like it's telling me, but I'm guessing that is true. That if you decide, well, say that that is the full gun depression 19 with even with the suspension. I forgot what the suspension's called. Automatic suspension or something like that. So yes, right here it is. Travel mode auto switch speed, which means if you go to a certain speed, which was 25 miles per hour, you'll use the heavier suspension, which will give you more gun depression, which means I'm guessing maybe 19 gun. The 19 gun depression here isn't fully the 19 gun depression. You might have a little bit more. Um, I'm not real 100% sure if it's going to. I don't see anything here on Wargaming's main website to really tell you guys how much more gun depression you really get. But if you go down past a certain speed, you will automatically switch to your suspension, which we'll see in the battle here and there as well. So reload time is 5.20 seconds. Rate of fire is 11.53 rounds per minute. Accuracy on 100 meters is 0.18. Accuracy during movement is 0.91, aim time is 1.66, and of course carries 1 round because it's not auto-loader, auto-reloader, or any of those types of vehicles. You can go up to about 50 rounds. We already talked about the APFSDS round, both of those in HE. Damage per minute is 5,765, which is pretty decent. We already talked about the pen and the damage. And if you want to look at the splash damage, which is not really a big deal, I guess you could say, uh, unless you're using HE, or mostly, yeah, that's what you have to be using. Now, if you want to look at the ammo max speed or ammo max range, go ahead, pause the video. And the rest of it is just basically telling you about it because it's a premium vehicle and because it's an Era 3, it really makes awesome amount of credits as well. But altogether, I gotta say this vehicle is a very nice vehicle, a very solid vehicle. Um, if you do come across these things, they are going to be pretty tough to take out. Even if you're aiming at a low plate, I would say you would want to be on level ground because I realize every time I'm not on level ground with these things and I'm aiming at the low plate, which I'm thinking, directly aim for the low plate, don't do that. Or actually, sorry for that, guys. Oh my goodness. I believe if they are using level ground, like if you're playing anything like this about, hit the low plate. It might pen, but it might not. Let's see. Air 3 heavies. So let's see what other heavy tank could have the pen. So this thing has about 856 meters of pen, and we did say about the low plate of this thing being about um pretty high up there, isn't it? It's in. I mean, you do have to go through about 101 meters thickness of lower plate, plus about just 101. So the thumper looks like it's going to able to go through this thing's low plate pretty easily. Where is it? In the green, I think it is. Yeah, 101. Um, right there. So if you're on level ground, do not be like above it and try to hit its low plate because I'm believing that you will actually bounce. See, because of the thickness of it and being sloped like it is, and then you're up on higher ground, you're just going to bounce. So you really want to be on even ground, even if you're in something like the Thumper or maybe the Object 292, which gets about 900 meters of pen, or even the Leclerc, which gets about 848 meters of pen. What about this tank? 515. So yeah, there's a lot of tanks here that does get good, pen, but you just don't want to be above this vehicle because then that blow plate would just be sloped the way it is. But let's look at the Abrams real quick. Just the M1 variant of the Abrams. I just want to see the M1. So let's look at the M1 variation of the Abrams. So as you can see, there is a very huge separation between the two tanks. Like I said, one is just a licensed variation of the American Abrams, designed the main battle tank. I believe it was like the prototype or something like that. Please correct me if I am wrong in the comments. Um, but yeah, the Abrams here. It's a pretty tough cookie. I mean, I don't have it, but how much is its lower plate? I'm not thinking the lower plate. Well, depending. You have 101 goes to right there, but you're probably going to have a little bit more than that. But still, the K1. It's a pretty awesome tank, and I gotta say, it's worth picking up if you didn't guide in one of the seasons, and you're probably thinking, I do want that tank. I think that tank looks cool, and maybe if you've seen this video, and you're thinking, I really do want this tank now. Well, the only way to get it now is either simply by waiting for it to come out with free XP, which I would say do. Yes, it does get 105, and I think it got a buff with its penetration. I could be wrong. Please miscorrect me if I am wrong. But yes, I would say again, this vehicle would be worth picking up. Just like the Swiss 122A, which feels like a solid Aero 3 Premium. This vehicle does as well with its 105. You're not doing as much damage as the Swiss 122A. Okay, you're doing about 10% less damage with your premium and your standard ammunition, your premium version, and your standard AP FSDS rounds. But to be honest, you're still going to make this vehicle pretty much comfortable with the gun depression and all that. But guys, you probably don't want to hear me talk about this vehicle no more in the garage. So I guess let's take this vehicle out into the battlefield and see how she performs in the battlefield with its 105. This South Korean main battle tank. I'll see you guys there. See you very soon. Bye for a little bit. So we're back, guys, on Hellborn. Hellborn? I'm probably butchering that name so badly here, but I guess in the garage, this vehicle could be a very solid vehicle. As long as you go below the 65, about 20 some miles per hour, you'll be using the full gun depression, or the suspension, the unique suspension that this vehicle gets, which means you can use more of your gun depression, which also means that you can higher low plate even more better than you typically normally would with a normal standard tank like any of the other Aero 3 premiums that is in the game. And I believe I was a little bit like on the phone a little bit at the beginning of this video clip, but this was still a very good game for me. As you can see, I'm starting to move now, but yeah, this is a 3D premium, as we would want to say, premium skin and stuff for the vehicle. I believe this is where if you complete about another 20 or so stages within the season, you'll get the skin for completely free, which it makes the tank so beautiful looking and stuff like that. So as you can see, we are reaching very good top speeds. Yeah, I believe that's a regular Leclerc. No, that could be the Leclerc T4. And again, I was texting somebody, I believe, at the time on my phone. Not much of a big worry. It was just the beginning of the game, I guess you could say. But don't worry. This game's not going to be a downer. If it was, it wouldn't be showing on YouTube, would it? But as you can see there, we were using our going very slow, so we were using our I forgot what it's called, but yeah, it only works, I believe, in the front of the vehicle, not the sides, both left and right and the rear of the tank, unlike the Swedish World War II tanks. And it looks like we do get spotted by, well, it looks like this guy, and I do miscorrect, but it looks like his ATGM does hit me, sadly. But don't worry. We are still going to do this, and it looks like we get a good shot on that guy, but it looks like we get hit by a ATGM, by something else, probably the Weezer, either that or the Martyr, and it looks like we're coming back out with one piece of this, I believe a Bradley is that, and I get hit from behind, and I guess I wasn't rising it right away, but I finally did. I guess I was daydreaming, and it cost me pretty much a good bit of my hit points. I'm down 840 hit points now, and yeah, at the time I was thinking, this probably wasn't a great game for me. But don't worry, spoilers, this was a good game, and it does turn out to be a really excellent game for me. You're going to find out in the beginning, or near the end of the video, how good this game was for me. And it looks like I do pop smoke, and I'm using the hull patch to get a little bit more health back. And I do want to sit right here, wait for my the enemy tank over there. I just seen something. It looked like a weasel. It looks like we bounce a shot of the MBT-70. Well, he shoots back, but we don't miss that second shot onto the MBT-70. Excellent. We got our first kill in the game. That's how I want it to be. And it looks like there is a weasel. So that was a weasel we do get to see. So it doesn't look like we get any shots on the weasel, but we are definitely spotted and stuff like that. And we are still in the game. And I'm gonna make sure, or try to make sure, we do very well within the game, because I really want to make sure we do actually hit that guy on the move. Excellent. That means we can shoot at someone else. And it looks like I'm looking for a shot on that guy, which sadly we missed. And it looks like either I'm still looking a shot on him, and I'm trying to fire blind fire at them because I know they're still up there. And I'm trying to use true vision, but sadly someone uses smoke. That guy pulls behind, so I can't get him. And it looks like I'm still looking. I really don't want to get hit by that object 477A over there. Yeah, he's still lurking. And getting hit by that gun, yeah, that kind of does hurt. But looks like our hall patch is about to come off cooldown, but it looks like we missed the shot. Not well, what's that thing called again? A weasel though, yeah. It looks like we actually get a nice pinning shot on the side of the object 477A, which is pretty good. And it looks like we are looking for a shot on that mortar. Can we find our shot on this object? No, sadly we bounced. I believe we was trying to hit the low plate, and as you can see, hitting that thing's low plate is not the best. You really want to use HE against that thing, since its armor is like, I don't know how you want to say it, but it looks like we get a good shot on the mortar, and then we are about 2,000 damage up. That's not bad for pretty much a bad start for the game for me. I guess by being on the phone twice wasn't the best idea. I should have probably never been on the phone, but it looks like someone's taking a pop shot at me, and it looks like I'm using my hot patch, and it looks like we're winning this game with 2,000 damage dealt. Yeah, very awesome indeed. And it looks like we are trying to get a nice shot on that object, but it doesn't look like I can find any good shots, and I am spotted. And there's an Abrams right there, and I'm coming over here on this side, making sure I'm staying on this side of the hill so I don't get hit by the object. But that doesn't mean there can't be a weasel, you know, sneaking its way around. And I do get spotted by something, and turning my frontal armor, I do pop smoke, just in case if something was over there, which I'm thinking there was, because I got hit undetected. And we do see a weasel over there. It looks like he misses. Or did he shot? I don't know if he was shooting me or what, but we are spotted. We're back up to 1,000 hit points, and I'm spotted again, but sadly my smoke is on cooldown, so I can't use it. And we're still spotted. I don't know where I'm getting spotted from, and there's only 2 weasel toes, so yeah, these 2 things can do about 1,000 so damage if they can get to my rear. And it looks like, well, it looks like Weasel did took someone out. What is that? Or is that M1A1? I'm thinking so. And then it looks like I take a blind shot, but it doesn't hit anything. And I'm just kind of on my feet here, because I believe a weasel can one-shot me, and we do see a weasel right there, but suddenly we just couldn't get the shot out on the guy. And we are looking for a shot. This because if the guy comes over this way, and I am spotted. I am definitely spotted. And there's a weasel. We missed that shot. Oh my goodness, that right there gave me a little of a heart attack. Not really a heart attack, guys, but to be honest, that was pretty scary. I would have been, I believe, a one-shot for that tow wheel launcher, and because they do 1,000 some damage with one single tow launcher. And it looks like we are looking for, well, another weasel. We do see him, and it looks like he's deciding to stop. Full aim, we do hit him, we catch him on fire. He misses a shot on us. We are dodging these weasel tow launchers, and we put another good shot into the weasel. That is really lucky. And at this point, when I did this and was playing the game with this vehicle, I was really loving how that was. It kind of made me pretty happy how this vehicle feels by having a very accurate gun and able to hit the weasel. And again, the weasel misses. He could have had the interrupt, but I was just moving too much, and we got the victory there, guys. But yeah, that's a very good game for me, and I hope you guys really did enjoy it. If you guys did, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys want to, and like always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.